Good morning, traders. Quick disclaimer that this is just how I see the markets. This is not a recommendation to buy, sell, or hold any securities. A few weeks ago, I mentioned to you that this beautiful signal was received on a weekly chart. This pin bar here, rejecting these levels here, right there. This is a weekly chart. We're looking at the weekly chart right now. And then the market broke out of there and then was kind of fiddling around, and then on a daily chart from somewhere here we received another beautiful signal. If you didn't take the first pin bar here, there was a engulfing bar that was just an amazing signal as well, just to get into the trade. And as I always mention, it is very important for us to be patient for the market to work out. It does its own thing. Market always tells us and gives us a fair hand what's going to happen. You just have to be patient and follow your trading plan. And from this point on, we had this. This is where the pin bar top was broken with this first candle here. This is a couple of weeks now. We're looking at the weekly chart right now, guys. So it was 1, 2, and then a third week we started finally opening up and market moving on. And this morning we are again now in a bullish move, clearly bullish move, and our target right now 28.24. That's at the moment because of these peaks here, right? This is our target there. This was kind of a fake out before. But that will be our second target, $31, right around there. But first target is right here. So we had our bullseye, which was right there. We knew that market is going to break out of there. Like we knew that something's going to happen at this area. And we got this beautiful pin bar that put us in a trade. But if you have not done that, you could have waited. We could have jumped on the daily chart if you missed that opportunity. So the pin bar that we just saw, it was right there. That was the top, that was the bottom, and a little kind of a body right there. Okay, so that's a pin bar on the weekly chart right there. So if that was the huge risk for you to take, and we always look for 2-to-1 risk reward ratio, right? We have to think how much can we get. So this would be pretty much kind of a 1-to-1, you know, if you measure here too, a little bit stronger than 1 to 28.24. However, if that was too big of a risk for you, and we knew that this is a bullseye area, then you had a beautiful opportunity with this engulfing bar right there to take the opportunity to get it, jump into trade, and then move on, and then take a look where the market is right now. It's heading towards our target, and that's basically how the market works. It always gives you these little crumbs, and if you know how to read them or how to actually see these crumbs, basically you can find a path, you know, where the market is heading to. Okay, so that's basically what's going on Air Canada. I want to talk about something else today as well. I want to talk about something that I've been planning to do for a while, and this is something that every single trader should have, and this is called a trading plan. If you don't have a trading plan, basically you are wandering in the mist. You have no idea where you are and where you're going to go. So having said that, this is going to be a trading plan video, a little bit what to expect if you want to become a successful trader or investor. So basically, when you find the area that's going to be a bullseye, right? You know, something that I always teach and show you at all times what it is. We find these areas, and then we wait at these areas, and then this is where it's going to be our entry point. We are looking for the entry point. So there are 3 things you need to look for, and first of all is, do you have a trend? Okay, so if the trend from left to right is going to the upside, then you have a trend, and it's a bullish trend. Okay, am I at a support and resistance? This is how you find these areas, right? So once we find these areas, right? We know that we have resistance and we have a support. So where's the price at the moment? Like, you have to find this support and resistance. So we are looking for this bullseye. So number one, we have the trend. That's great. So that's number one. Second thing that we're looking for is the support and resistance, and that's what we are looking for. This is support. This is support right here, and this is resistance. So I need to know support is where I want to buy into a market. This is a market dip. This is where we wait for the signal, and then resistance would be the target. Okay, so that's what we are looking for. That's how you find a possible targets, right? And then the third thing, let's say the market is at the resistance, let's say, so we broke out our resistance, market is coming down, and we know that it's this would be our bullseye area to look for. Okay, so this is broken resistance, we have broken out. Now we are waiting for the market to come back, and as the market is coming down, we are waiting for the signal to develop at this area. If there's no signal, there's no trade, or there's no entry into the market, right? If the signal develops, as I explained many times, then we buy into this market. We also look for a risk-reward ratio to have defined. You have to define on the chart when you're looking, where you are entering and how far the market can go. Okay, I many times explained that on the example of the Bank of Nova Scotia. It had a beautiful signal, but not much of a potential, maybe $1 potential to the next resistance. So that's a no-no for me. If I'm going to risk one and then hope for one as well. So if I risk $1 to get $1, I don't know. But if I see the opportunity that I can risk $1 and gain two, then that's a good opportunity for me to trade. So if these four things now that I gave you, the fourth thing, and fourth thing is this risk reward ratio. If those four things never come into play, like if you don't see the opportunity with these four things that you don't see that they're there. So the first one is the trend. So if the trend is there, that's number one. Number two, support resistance. Okay, so we have that. Let's say market is coming down, we get the signal. Fine, that's great, but how far the market can go. So the target point, if it's not far enough, if you don't see the potential, there's no trade. So that's how you plan your trades. Okay, second, exit point, possible target. So second point, you have to know. So the number one was entry point. You had to know how and where to enter the market. So we have these four things to enter the market. We have one possibility to exit the market, and we need to know that possible target, and that's covered with the support and resistance area, right? So we buy in on the dips, on the support, and we sell when the market comes very close, or if you see the market is struggling to come to this area here, so maybe a little bit shy, sometimes it will not come exactly to the point where it needs to come, but basically that's how you look. So basically in advance how far the market could go at that point of time. Okay, and then I have a strategy that I use, and so I don't have to worry about stuff. And this is something that I call set it and forget it, basically. Set it and forget it would be something that, let's say, this was the market line, right? This was a resistance, right? We broke out, we pulled back, we got the signal, right? I entered the trade. I know my market is struggling around this area here, right? So when I enter the trade right here, I set my target in my trading platform to get out of the trade when the market reaches this area, right? So I don't come every day to look at the market. If I entered on a weekly chart, I look at weekly chart once a week to see how far the market has gone. So if I put my stop right here, this was my entry and this is my profit target. Okay, I let the market do its own thing. I need to let the market do its own thing. Market will fiddle around, it will do something crazy on the side, but eventually it will move on into the area where we need to be. And if you see the potential, then you follow the market, you follow your trading plan, and you continue on with that trading plan. And that's what successful traders and investors do. Number three, and the question goes, what if the trade goes against me? Well, one thing I am going to tell you about the trading, and it's a very risky business, and being in risky business, like any other risky business or any business, if you can't afford to lose the money, okay, if that money is your daily survival money, I would suggest you stay out of the market completely. Do not trade your survival money, or daily survival money as I call it. If you don't have enough money to invest, markets turn around against the traders many times. I had losing trades, and it's not easy to swallow that kind of a pill, but unfortunately it does happen, and you have to have that kind of a thing clear in your head before you even pull the trigger or to get into a trade. And if you're not sure if that's what you want, then I would suggest stay out of the market. Okay. One thing you can do, basically, instead of investing the real money, just practice on the charts. Make a trading plan the way you see it right here. Okay, make a trading plan. Tick all the checkpoints that you need to checkmark everything that you need to do. Like, so 4 points. Do I have a trend? Do I have a support resistance? Is there a signal? Is there a risk reward ratio? Is it valid for me to go into trade? Okay, and demo trade it. Test it. Test it. That's the only way you're going to perfect yourself. You have to have a clear mind what you're doing. Markets are very, very unpredictable things. Nobody can predict what the market is going to do. But if you know how to read it, many times more than doubles the chance for you to become successful in trading than just guessing where to get in or listening to somebody who tells you, like, just it's time to just jump into a trade and do that. Okay. Number 4, I want to say this. Once you decided to do this kind of thing, you have to follow the plan to the point. You have to follow the plan to the point. I'm not going to overreact in this statement. You have to have the plan, and the plan has to be followed to the point. If you're deviating and you see the market just does these little kind of weird things, and the market is not going against you, but you freak out and you're pulling the trigger, you're getting out of the trade when it's thinking that the market is going against you, and it's not. Okay, meaning that if this is your entry point into the signal right there, okay, and the market comes down, let's say all the way up to here, right? By your stop, you know how much you want to lose. This is how much I'm willing to lose. If the market comes very close, people start to freak out sometimes because they're looking at the charts at all times. And if you're going to do something like that, then don't trade. Don't trade, don't invest. Basically pay somebody to do that kind of stuff for you. You're definitely not cut out for that kind of stuff. Okay, you have to be willing to accept the risk. The risk is always there. You cannot say anything 100% in the market. There is no such thing. Okay, so you have to let the market do its own thing and let the market move the way it's supposed to. Okay, you did everything you need to do. Basically, you did all these 4 things here. Okay, and everything's working in your way. Market will do crazy stuff like this, a little bit, and then it will start moving on, because then we know exactly that's the plan. That was the plan, to buy in there, and we're going to stick to that plan. And if it's a losing trade, if you're trading on a daily basis, well, you're going to take the trade as it was. Yes, I did everything right. I couldn't do anything better than that. And I managed my trade. I knew my potential, and that didn't work out against me. And then, just move on to a new trade. That's just the way the market starts and works, and it will be always losing trades. There is no guarantee in the markets at all. Okay, so you must understand that you do not control the market. You are just taking an advantage of the market conditions to make profit or take loss. Okay, so that's number 4. All right, this is why you follow the plan. You have no control of everything. You can see and read the market the proper way, but sometimes the loss will be there and you can't do anything about it. Okay, so you have to accept that kind of a fact. Okay, and then number 5, psychology of trading. And this is the thing, if you have that, what if I lose, then don't trade. Demo trade. Basically open these charts, try to find all these areas. If you have a question, put the question in the description in my videos, and I will look at the stock and just tell me what you see, and I'll see if I see the same thing, and I will try to help you out to correct the way it is. But demo trade, practice trade. Do not invest the real money before you start practice trade. Just do, I don't know, 10, 20, 30 trades, take a look how everything works. And then once you're confident enough, and it doesn't have to be on a daily basis. Okay. It has to, you can do it like as a swinger trader, you can do it like on a daily basis. You can find these trades on 4 hours, 1 hour, and see how that's going to work out. Find these support resistance areas. So basically what you need to do is find the support resistance areas on a daily or a weekly or a monthly chart. Those charts are the most important. Entry signal can be on any kind of chart. Basically, you can go even down to 5 minutes. It doesn't matter, as long as it's happening on the support or resistance that you found on a daily, weekly, or a monthly chart. Okay, if you find a trading signal like a support and resistance on 1 hour, and you find a signal to enter on 1 hour, then you stick to 1 hour. You're not going to trade on a daily. You're not going to go trade on a weekly chart. You're sticking to 1 hour because that's where you found the support and resistance, and you found a signal there, and you're sticking to that. And that's going to be a short trade. You cannot expect the market to do crazy things, on the daily basis, right? So it will go maybe. Those are more like, if you're looking for the trades on a smaller time frames, like 1 hour, 15 minutes, 5 minutes, then you're going to be in the trades like a shorter periods of time. You can't expect for the market to be there like for days. This just doesn't work that way. Okay, because your entry was on 1 hour and you're sticking to that trade for a couple hours in a day, and that's basically it, and then you get out. Okay, and those are the opportunities where you can you have a huge potential to lose, because finding support resistance on 1 hour, 15 minutes, it's not very accurate. This is why we find these support resistance areas on a daily, weekly, and monthly charts. That's why we are looking for the market to bounce or retraces to these support resistance areas on a daily charts, weekly, on a monthly, and then we find the signals to enter these trades. Okay, so if you find that all these things are good above and all conditions are met, then you will pull the trigger and open the trade. Okay, and you're going to stick to your plan. And keep this in mind. This should be your mantra. Okay, I will follow the plan, and that will make me confident trader, investor. Okay, so you have your plan, you know exactly what you want to do, and if you follow that plan, that's going to boost your confidence. Even though you have a losing trade, it's going to be another trade where you're going to make profit, and you're going to very fast forget about the losing one and move on. Okay, if you're hanging on to just these losing trades, then again, comes to this psychology of trading. If you are starting to lose on a demo trading, don't lose your patience. Okay, you have to have a patience. Just let the trades work out. And as you can see today, Air Canada is heading exactly where it needs to go because we read the charts the right way. We had all the signals. We had everything in place. And now we are heading exactly to this 28 area, probably 31 if we break out of this 28 area. So this is all I wanted to talk about today. This is going to be pretty much the last training video that I have to put in place. It's going to be called Trading Plan, and after this I'm just going to go over the stocks, and if you have any questions or you have any requests, please do put it in the comment area under my video, and I will try my best to answer your questions or make a video about it. But this is basically concluding the whole series of the videos that I made, like from very beginning to this is very much advanced trading. And if you follow all this stuff, you are going to be a successful investor trader. And just follow the plan, have this plan in your head, and do it the right way. Okay, this is Sasha. This is all for today's video. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for being around and watching the videos and clicking that like button. I really appreciate that. And I will make another video very soon. So have a great day. Take care. Cheers. Sasha out.